Welcome to Unique Perspectives, people, a podcast to make you think. I'm Clayton,
And Kafel.
and today the topic we're going to talk about is training an athlete, having the mindset of a winner, and yeah, just having strong mentality, really. So, like for you, obviously, what would you say like a mindset of like an athlete or a winner is? Do you know what I mean?
Um, like being your best self. That's what I'd say. It's just like if you look at an athlete, right? Like they're focused on being the best at their sport. Do you know what I mean? Becoming the best that they can be. Um, and for them to do that, they've got to structure their life a certain way. They've got to eat clean foods. Um, they've got to study their craft, practice their craft. You know, they got to make sure their mindset is healthy, putting the right things into their mind, so then they can have like the best chance at winning at their sport.
Nah, that's facts, bro. And like for me, I'd say having like athlete's mindset, like you say, is a lifestyle. Do you know what I'm saying? It's not something you can just rock up on the day and be the best. You know what I'm saying? It takes years and years of practice. Do you know what I mean? To be the best at something, it's not something that can just naturally happen.
Yeah.
Especially the higher levels you get, it's more of the fine margins. You know what I'm saying? So
Yeah.
just having that winner's mindset and being able to, want to be the best every single day of your life is a good skill to have. And it's one of those, once you can do it in one field, it normally equals out to other fields. Like, for example, if you look at a lot of people who do boxing, for example, a lot of them go on to have business, even people that don't become professional, go on to have businesses and stuff because they learn that discipline. When people come out of prison and they start getting in shape, that teaches them that discipline. Do you know what I'm saying? When they're in prison or whatever. So I just think having a mindset where you need to get better and be the best every day, it just helps you with so many different aspects of life, other than what you're just working on.
Yeah.
For sure, man.
So yeah, like for me, I feel like if more people focused on living their life like an athlete, I think you'd get more of a positive and happier world.
Yeah.
Because like even myself, like being a former athlete and stuff like that, like you have no time to really like watch what others are doing. You've already got time to focus on improving yourself so then you can accomplish your goal, you know? And also like when you're on that journey, it allows you to like really get to like really know yourself. So like for me, like when I was playing football, when I was boxing, like I had to really know my strengths and like my areas for improvement. Do you know what I mean? I had to like really get to know myself. So when I would go out and perform, I could perform to my best because I truly know myself. Because um sport is all about knowing yourself. Yes, about being good at your craft, but once you're good at your craft, the athletes that are normally at the top, it's because they really know themselves.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? They know their strengths, they know their areas for improvement, and that's why they're at the top of their sport.
And that's a fact, bro. And I also think as well with the way you recover from things, you know what I'm saying? So if you do face a setback, there's no time at the top to lick your wounds almost. You have to go straight back in with the same mentality you had yesterday.
Yeah.
And just tell yourself it's gonna be better. Do you know what I mean? You might get injured, you might get beaten, do you know what I'm saying? So you've only got the only thing you can do is just come back stronger. You haven't got time to sort of be down on yourself and stuff like that because when you're down and not 100% locked in,
Yeah.
someone else is training to come above you. And that's what it is. I think it's the competitiveness of being at the top. Do you understand what I'm saying? So when you're an athlete at the top, it's so competitive. There's always new fighters, people getting better. Do you know what I'm saying? New people that are coming through. So you need to be on your A game at all times. The moment you take your foot off the gas, that could be where everyone catches up with you or overtakes you and you've missed your opportunity. Do you know what I'm saying?
And you made a good point. Like, see, in sport, you're gonna have, like you said, adversity. In life, you're gonna have adversity as well. But in sport, like athletes learn become, how to develop mental toughness, which you're gonna need in life. Do you know what I mean? Because things are not always gonna go your way in life, but you have to have the ability of having that mental strength to keep persevering, keep pushing through until you can get to the goal you want to accomplish.
Yeah, for real. And like one thing I'd say with like training and things like that, normally, you know what I'm saying, people that don't train, don't do things the right way, it always catches up with them in the long run. They never reach their full potential. So that's why when you said earlier, you can't compare yourself to other people. You can't.
Yeah.
You can't think, well, I'm not training that hard, but I'm better than that person or I'm better than this person, because you're comparing yourself to people that maybe aren't at the top.
Yeah.
You've got to compare yourself to people at the top. I don't think there's any field of life where people are at the top and are not using the absolute optimum. Do you see what I mean? I think like you look at business people, they're always looking how they can maximize everything. Do you know what I'm saying? It's just the mentality that you have to have when you get there. And with anything, even if it's not athletics, if you're not maximizing it, at the end of the day, that's a choice from you to almost not help yourself. You're almost choosing not to be the best. You know what I'm saying? And why would you choose to allow someone to be better than you or to not be your best in a way? Do you know what I mean? That's what I'll take for that one.
And I had a point, but now it's gone. But it'll come back to me. Yeah. But when it comes back to me, I'll say it. But and also on that topic as well, like when you're competing as an athlete, like it helps you with self-reflection as well. Like you're reflecting a lot because you're reflecting on the things that you can improve on, and you need that in life too. Because in life, like if you're just focused on just like the everyday grind and you're just tunnel vision, you're never gonna have that time to say, you know what, let me actually think and actually sit down and see, is my life actually improving? Is my life actually going the way I want it to go? And that's why self-reflection is very important, because self-reflection will help you grow. It's very easy to get stuck in, like I said, the everyday grind and just do things on autopilot. Do you know what I mean? But the problem with that is you'll only stay at a certain level. Whereas with self-reflection, you can improve areas, take things away, add stuff to help you elevate.
And I think there's like a lot of young people that watch the channel. The best way for them to learn is through competing, whatever they do, because maybe when you're younger, you haven't got to worry about, like you said, the grind of life almost. You understand what I'm saying? You're not getting those challenges. So for me, the best way for them to learn is through competing, going to get up against other people and understanding that, you know what I'm saying, winning and losing can happen. It's how you recover from it. It's like, I think a lot of the times nowadays they're trying to take the competitiveness out of a lot of things, which is not going to help the young people, because they're growing up thinking that it's okay not to be the best. It's okay. Do you know what I'm saying? Do you know what I'm saying? It's okay not to be the best. But rather than teaching them, you're not the best now, but if you keep going, you can be the best. Rather, I think a lot of things that happen now that we try and simplify it for them. So they haven't got to use their full potential. And then a lot of them get used to doing things the easy way. You know what I mean? We need to find a way where, with everyone, where you can make your life as not as difficult as possible, but as challenging as possible, so you can overcome them challenges and keep elevating. That's what I think needs to happen a little bit more, especially with the younger people.
And even like touching on the young people as well, like, you know, sport helps you develop like a work ethic. Do you know what I mean? Because you're putting in hours of training every single day to become better at your sport. So it gives you that discipline that you will need in life. Do you know what I mean? Where you might be in a situation where you might have to work 2-3 jobs and also run a business. That's just might be the cards you're dealt. But because you've been in this, because you've played a sport and you've learned like the principles of the sport, you're able to do that. Do you know what I mean?
Nah, for real. And the thing is with sport, where I think it differs from business, you don't have to necessarily be in shape to run a business. Do you know what I'm saying? Whereas in sport, your body has to be right, your mind has to be right. Do you understand what I'm saying? You have to be, everywhere you are has to be 100% at its working best. Do you know what I'm saying? So for me, with sport, you're going to be in shape, your mind's going to be good. Do you understand what I'm saying? And I think that's the most important thing. If you're in good shape and your mind's good, the rest normally takes care of itself. Do you know what I mean?
And yeah, man, is there anything else you got?
Yeah, no, just one question, like, what's like a way like someone watching it could, you know what I'm saying, work on being a better athlete, do you know what I'm saying, having that athlete's winner's mindset? What's like a way they can do it?
Study like study champions, study the best athletes in the world, and look at their routines and their mindset, and just look at the things they do, how they structure their life. Then you can implement it into your life. And like Clayton said, you want to make it into a lifestyle, because think about it, one of the most respected people in the world are athletes.
Yeah,
Do you know what I mean?
sure.
A lot of people look up to them, especially young people.
Mm-hmm.
So if you look up to that person, how about you just follow their steps and add it to your life? Do you know what I mean? And I was gonna say, yeah, it's just sort of structuring your life, man, having a plan. Do you know what I mean? Look, I'm gonna eat this, like I'm gonna eat clean 5 days a week. And I might have, let's say, a cheat meal on the weekend. I'm gonna read these books. I'm gonna go to the gym at this time. And you just follow the routine. Yeah, you just keep following the routine. You add self-reflection to it, like add areas where you might need to improve, where things you might need to take away, things you can add on. Also, when it comes to mindset, being consistent with like meditation, affirmation. That's what I was gonna say as well. Like when it comes to being an athlete, it teaches you about having confidence in yourself, decision making, trust in yourself. Because what I notice in sport is once you're good at your craft, decision making is key. But decision making can only be successful once you really know yourself and you trust yourself and you really self reflect on making the best decisions. Like when I'm coaching young people, I notice that they make decisions on autopilot or they make decisions for the sake of it instead of making decisions for a reason and a purpose. And like when you actually start to think like that, you become a better decision maker. Like, why am I actually making this decision? Like, let's say we're playing football, for example. Why am I making that pass? Why did I make that pass like that? Why am I dribbling with the ball? It's not for the sake of it, it's for a reason.
Yeah.
So I feel like if more young people start thinking like that, okay, I'm going to do this decision because it's going to take me to this place, then you'll see better results in your life instead of just making decisions on autopilot.
Nah, I hear that, bro. And like you said, decision making. Bro, you make a good point, and I think one of the key skills in life is being able to make adjustments to the situation you're in. If you're able to make adjustments and based on what's in front of you, rather than just doing the same thing over and over again, no one can really stop what you're doing. You can't stop your own progress because you're making adjustments based on the situation that's in front of you. So I think that's a big skill. And for me, like with young people, like the best thing they could do is document their journey. You know what I'm saying? If you want to get in shape, you want to be better at something, you want to start boxing, get better at football, document the journey. Do you know what I'm saying? Whether you write it down, record it, do you know what I'm saying? And just make sure that you have a way that you can look at your progress from where you started to where you finished. And once you can do that and see the progress you're making, it will build your confidence a lot and it will make you see actually how much you can do in a short period of time. Do you know what I'm saying? And it'll make you see what mistakes you made, how you learn from them, and just remind you of those skills because sometimes we forget those skills if we don't use them. So we need to make sure we're using them. Do you know what I'm saying? Being able to reflect and just being able to have time to think and learn about new things. Yeah, for sure, man.
Yeah, and Clay made a good point. Like in life, you've got to be able to adjust. That's why self-reflection is important because there might be times where you need to take things out of your life, and there might be things where you need to put things into your life that will help you elevate. But that's why reflection is so important, especially when it comes to your beliefs and your principles and your values. Like, some principles, values, and beliefs won't change, but then some might because they're not benefiting you anymore. And again, everything is about making sure it benefits you, and that's why having a mindset of an athlete and living your life as an athlete is all about benefiting yourself. Do you know what I mean? An athlete will never do anything that doesn't benefit them. They'll train so they can become strong and become good at their craft. They'll eat good to make sure that their their health is at like an optimal level. Do you know what I mean? They'll do things for their mind to make sure that their mind is elite. So that's how you need to think, young people. Is just everything you do, it must benefit you. If it doesn't, then put it to the side, take it out of your life, let it go.
Yeah, for sure, man. Anything else you got to say?
No, good, man.
Sound good. It's Unique Perspectives, people. We're out.